Alright, everybody, welcome back. We are back at the grind with the YouTube stuff and everything. So hopefully, or probably for now, I'll be back to some more regular posting. But for this video, we'll get back into nationals, recap everything there, see exactly how everything went in terms of my expectations, what actually happened, and everything. So I'm gonna go one by one of each attempt and everything behind the scenes and everything with that that you could possibly want to know for the competition. So I haven't been posting much, as you have probably seen, and I haven't been doing a recap. It's been over a week since the competition by now. But it's because after the competition, I also, like, the competition was multiple days, and I competed on the first day, and I had people to handle on the other days and later on. So I was pretty busy with that. Didn't really have time to do anything there. Then I immediately after that went to Iceland to like go on a trip. It was like a gift from my mom like years ago, but I just delayed it for a long time because like training and everything. But here we got the opportunity to go to Iceland just to have some fun, and it was we had the opportunity to go like 1 or 2 days after my own competition, so it was pretty much perfect timing. And it's not like I have anything super important in the next couple of months at least. So yeah, that's why I went to Iceland. So we was there for like 5 days. It was really really nice. It was beautiful. It was one of the best trips I've ever been on. It was amazing to be there. But yeah, that's why I didn't post anything. We was just enjoying the trip with my girlfriend and my mom. So that was really nice. And then we went back. We came back at like 3 a.m. in the morning, or like at night, whatever. And then the day after that, I had to go to a national team gathering like super early in the morning. So I was kind of fried. And yeah, the day after that, I also had to train and do lots of program stuff with people that I coach, because at the end of the day, people I coach is my work. That is what I prioritize above anything else. That is what I like doing. I enjoy doing that the most. And yeah, that comes before anything else. So that has been the only stuff outside of like the trip and everything that I've actually been doing is coaching. So that's what I spent all day yesterday at, and now is the first day where I had a little bit of time. So I'm gonna do a recap of the competition. So competition overall, I've obviously moved up in a weight class. I weigh like 99 kilos ish now, and last time I weighed around like 94 ish, 95. So I've gained like at least 4 to 5 kilos since my last competition. So it's a pretty big difference there, which is cool, which is nice. Like weight gain is good. So yeah, for the competition, we had gained a lot of strength in my training. I've put up I think the best total I put up in the gym was 795. It was 265 squat for a double, and what was it, like 200 bench for a single and 330 deadlift for a double. So that was my best training ever, by far. So on the competition day, I was expecting to hit slightly above that, since that is what has happened the last, I don't know, 3 years, something like that. I haven't really ever had a competition where my training total ended up being higher than my competition total. But spoiler, that actually ended up happening today, or the day where I competed. So for the squats, I sadly don't have video of the first and second attempt, but I did my opener at 220, which is pretty easy, pretty light. So we moved straight to 250, which is already a 10 kilo PR in my second attempt. And that moved super nice, awesome lift. It was super, super easy, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, man, we're going like 270. That is what I told my handler. We're loading 270 right now because I'm hella strong in the squat. And that would be like a 30 kilo PR. But then my handler, the national team coach, he told me that the lift was overruled. It was a no lift. Um, because the jury was walking up to like no lift the lift. If it's a 2-to-1 call, it was a 2-to-1 call. I got one red. I don't remember what it was for. I think it's probably for depth, but I mean, I don't really know. Probably for depth. And then a jury came up to like say it's not a lift, but I don't know what happened, if they changed their mind or anything. But apparently it was not turned to a no lift anyways, even though they walked up to do that, and my handler told that. So after my handler told me that it was overruled to a no lift, I say let's just call it safe and just do 260. I'm 100% certain I can do that. I can dive bomb it, and there will be no issues. And I can still squat it up. I'm just this strong right now. So that's what we put on the bar. And then we was told right after that that it was not at all. There was a good lift, and it was pretty annoying because I would have liked to go to 65, to 70, something like that instead. So that's unfortunate, not what I liked. But I mean, you can never complain about a 20 kilo PR on the squat, which is just hella easy. Like, that was amazing. I would say 265 would probably have been a better call than 270. I think 270 would have been like on the edge, based on the 260, but I probably also dive bombed the 260 a little bit more than I would like to do. Like, I went significantly deeper there just to secure it, just to prove that I can squat anything to any depth that I have to do. So that was squat, bittersweet. Not exactly what I came for, and I already knew right there immediately we're probably not going to PR the gym total, but yeah, it is what it is. Then for the bench press, this is pretty weird. I've been peaking a little bit differently for the bench in training compared to what I usually do. So my last heavy single was 200 kilos, but instead of 7 days out, it was 5 days out. I don't know how big of a difference that made, but 7 days out, I had another competition where I had to handle some people and all this kind of stuff, so I couldn't bench there. So yeah, I think that definitely did play a role, for sure, because previously my bench is like extremely consistent. Like, I can probably tell exactly what I'm gonna bench and within zero point 0.5 on an RPE within like the next 16 weeks, in 4 weeks. Not right now because I'm just coming off competition, but after that I can say like pretty much exactly what numbers, what RPEs, because it's just so predictable what I'm doing in the bench press, which is very, very nice. So it was a little bit of a surprise that the strength didn't show up amazing on the day. It usually does, but again, we changed some things in the last minute, so it probably has something to do with that. So I opened at 170 because I was a little bit concerned about the elbow depth. Um, it has been a previous issue in Denmark. It has not been an issue when I'm competing internationally with international grade judges, but when I'm competing in Denmark with just national grade judges, it is a little bit of an issue sometimes. But for this time, it was no issue. So I didn't fail a single lift on depth or anything like that. For squats, it was 3 out of 3 lifts, no depth issues at all. For bench, it was all 3 lifts was in fine depth, no issues with that. So I opened with 170, just so I know if they called it on depth, I could go ahead and close grip Larsen press it or something. Like, I can do that with pretty much anything. So that's why I did a super light opener, then jumped 20 kilos straight to 190, which is already a 10 or 12.5, 10.5 kilo PR. So it's already a huge PR there, which is amazing, and it moved pretty decent. It wasn't like amazing. I knew it was not a peak strength day, but I also knew it was a pretty good day. And that is a little bit disappointing because usually competition day I feel like amazing and I can just bench anything. So a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So we still went with 200 keys just because on the third attempt, just because like there wasn't really anything to lose. And if the other guy that was competing with, if he did made his lift, I would actually end up getting the national record there. So it was pretty fun. Just do that. And it was the call to try and get the national record in the weight class, like in the 105s, while I'm like 99, and in the juniors, which I have like 4 years left in. So it would have been pretty crazy national record to be set there if I were to do it. So we just did that, and it just wasn't there on the day. Some things did go wrong. After I unlifted it, I did a like pretty big like fart. Like, I lost all of my gas right there. And I almost compensated, like in my mind, I wanted to re-rag it, but I ended up not doing that. So that was probably also a little bit annoying, but like that's minor details, kind of. I lost quite a lot of tightness from that, so a little bit annoying. Maybe that it did make a significant difference, maybe it didn't. I guess we'll never know. So yeah, it just wasn't there on the day. Circumstances not. Should have, shouldn't, whatever. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So didn't get that. And then we went straight into deadlifts, where my deadlift has been the least predictable. The only thing that has been predictable is that on week 4, my deadlift strength has showed up really, really good every single block. The last, I don't know how, like 8 blocks, something like that. It's been really, really good there. But in week 1, 2, and 3, it has been like all over the place. It's been like amazing sometimes. It's been really bad other times. Like I was almost failing like 270 some of the weeks, and then just 2 weeks later in week 4, I'm pulling 320. So yeah, deadlift has been a little bit unpredictable in those days, but in week 4, which is where competition was, it should be fine. So I felt all right. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that in the warm ups. I was a little bit fried in the back from the 200 kilo bench because I lost that tightness and I tried to regain it again within the lift, and it just wasn't really the same. So I definitely had some back cramping things from the bench there into the deadlift, which was a little bit annoying. So it is what it is. Not really much I could do about it. So I just went ahead and did my opener at 270. It was obviously like insanely easy because it's 270, but it actually felt pretty bad on the grip, which is very weird. Like I have pretty big hands. I have insanely strong grip on a regular bar, like a regular setup. Um, I feel like I can hold on to like 370 if I had to on an Lyco bar, the Lyco bar, whatever. Um, and yeah, I feel like I can hold on to anything. But on this day, right here, on this Rogue bar, it was a different bar that I'm used to using. It just felt a bit awkward. Like it felt like I was going to lose the grip, even though the knurling felt good. It was kind of weird on 270 there, so I decided to let's call it safe and just go 310 for my second attempt. And it again was the same story. Like it moved easy, and it's not like I was super afraid of losing grip, but I could definitely feel the temptation of the grip going. And I actually thought I had a soft logout because of that. I thought my shoulders were too far forward because the grip was almost like giving out a little bit there. Um, so that was very annoying. And I was just like, damn, this bar sucks. Something ain't right. So I wanted to go 320 in my third attempt instead. And there was just no issues, and it was literally like RP8. So a little bit frustrating, but you can only count on what you have done. It's like when you do a super bad second attempt, you have to prove what you can do in your third attempt by your second attempt. And I didn't prove I had 340, 330 in me in my second attempt, so it wasn't the choice to do that. If I wanted to go 330, 340, I should have done a better second attempt. That's just how it is. That's how I see it. That's how I see it when I coach my athletes at competitions. I say, if you cannot execute on your second attempt, I'm not going to load your third attempt. That's just how it is. That's just how I do it. So just execute your second attempt, and then we can load something for your third. And I just didn't execute my second attempt. It was trash. So that's why we didn't load the 330, 340, 350, who knows, whatever. In the third attempt, we just loaded 320, and it was just really easy. So that was the competition. So ended up with a 770 total, which is like a 60, 70-ish, 70, 60 kilo total PR, which is obviously like insanely good and like by far the best IPF points I've ever done. Also, the best IPF points in the entire competition besides for Regin, of course. But besides that, it was also the best IPF points for all the juniors in Denmark, and like I'm a first year junior, so that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, so it was a bit of a really good, really bad competition. If I'd gotten my third bench at 195, it probably would have been like a more so clean competition because I would have went 9 for 9 there, which would have been nice. So just gotta like not be stupid next time. But yeah, that's the competition. Overall, I'm like mid happy about it. It's all right. I'm it's kind of weird because I got my third deadlift and I'm not used to getting my third deadlift. I haven't gotten my third deadlift since Nationals 2022, so like 2 years ago. And with that, like I'm used to going from a competition and feeling like I'm like the loser and I'm really, really bad and I've done something really bad and I should have done that. And yeah, I just kind of didn't have that, and that's actually a little bit annoying because I like to feel like I could do way better. I definitely feel like I could do way better, but um, it's easier to feel that way when you actually like fail a lift. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm getting back on the grind immediately, and already now here, I'm expecting to hit some PRs in the first block, and we're just gonna push with the consistency again and again and again, get stronger every single block, and hopefully next comp, 800 will be second attempts.